thoughts about
Columbus.
heading to Columbus?
City in the middle of Ohio, capital. Ohio
Buckeye
State.
country, yeah.
Ohio State's there, Buckeye country. Yeah. Go UCLA. No. Okay, go ahead.
How does the team get ready for that? Obviously, what an emotional victory against Portland, and now you just gotta forget about that and move forward.
We got to forget about it, obviously, and move on. And sometimes, one of the things, I think a famous basketball coach, Coach Wooden, said when you have a really up game, sometimes you have a down game that follows it. So it's important for us to recover emotionally as well as physically, because those games, those derby games with Portland and with Vancouver are emotional games as well. But again, we want to continue to climb the ladder. We know getting 3 points on the road here can be very important to us. We know that their top player, Higuain, is not going to be able to be involved in this particular game. So we have to take advantage of that if we can.
How big is it to get those 3 points on the road? And especially looking at the rest of the schedule.
Well, 3 points home, 3 points on the road are important. We wanted to get more home points than we've gotten in years past, and we're moving towards that goal. It's a matter of us getting at least as many road points as we've gotten in the past. So we need to up the ante there. We need to win some games there on the road, and especially when we come home, we're going to be missing some players. So it's an important game, But we try and approach every game with the same attitude and the same idea of trying to win the game.
After the disappointment in Houston, how encouraging was it to see Schmid come out and play such a great match on Sunday?
Well, it was great for him to play a great match, but it's also good for our team to play a good match. And defensively, I thought we were much better. And one of the things we talked to him about was, in the Houston game, our midfield really didn't recover the ball all that greatly. And in the Portland game, that changed. I think we had something like I forget the exact numbers, but it was something like 27 more recoveries than we had in the Houston game. So it showed our midfield as a whole was working harder, closing things down. We were winning the ball back sooner, and when you do that, that leads to offense there too. So, but we knew, and we talked about this after Houston, that at the end of the day, giving up 3 goals is not going to win us a championship when we're on the road, and we had to tighten things up defensively. So not only Michael's play with some good saves, obviously an excellent save against Ryan Johnson, excellent save against Nagby, at the end of the game, but also the whole team playing better defense.
How's Martin's health looking at this point? Martin's?
Well, we'll see. I mean, he did more today at practice. I thought his movement was better today at practice. So this afternoon we're just going to MRI the ankle just to make sure. But I think overall, he's coming along, not maybe as fast as we would have liked at this stage, but definitely I thought there was some improvement today.
I think on Sunday you said that he actually wasn't able to do anything with his left foot. Is he at least able to do stuff with his left foot?
Yeah, we just tried to keep him off it over the weekend. So today, I mean, he played in the possession game, and cut and moved and hit balls with his left foot, and so forth. So, that was much improved, much better.
I guess, is there less pressure to bring him back because of the talent that you have at forward right now?
We need him to get healthy. We're going to have some guys, like I said, we're going to have some guys missing after the Columbus game, so we need to get him healthy. We have to be smart about it, not throw him into a game too early and have him re-injure himself, because when we're missing those other guys, having Oba is going to be extremely important to our team.
Maybe it was the Portland rivalry, just a lot of talking. Do you have a coaching philosophy when it comes to trash talking on a soccer field?
You try not to give an opponent bulletin board material. There's some trash talking on the field that was going on. That's inevitable. That's going to happen. I think it happens in every sport. Sometimes you hear it, sometimes you don't hear it. Sometimes it's very quietly done. Sometimes it's done maybe a little more vocally, or a little more the arms start flailing. You can tell what's going on. But at the end of the day, boys will be boys. They're going to try and get under each other's skin a little bit, and sometimes sometimes it helps you defend a little better if you can, if you feel that can throw somebody off their game. If somebody gets affected by it. So for some players, it's obviously a tactic that they use.
Speaking of trash talk, Kaw had some stuff to say about Clint specifically after the game. Did you happen to see any of that? And is that stuff that you end up kind of using as bulletin board material?
Who's Kaw?
The guy who tackled
Who's
EJ.
Kaw? Oh.
Mamadou
Okay.
Kaw.
Okay. Did he play anywhere? Has he played in any leagues? That's my only comment.
I'll go from that to a happier rainbow question. The TIFO, you've seen it all there at CenturyLink, but that was another an amazing effort by the fans there. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's fantastic. They buried all of themselves. That whole section there, I think, was the biggest ever, in terms of the amount of sections that it took up. But it's our fans are amazing, and it's something that's going to be shown around the world, and people are going to see. Evans claims it was a shadow. I still think it was a cheesy mustache. But he said it was a shadow under there. So we'll argue about that the rest of the season.
What's the feeling for you going back into Crew Stadium?
I always have a good feeling there. Obviously I had 3 years there, and it culminated with an MLS Cup, and so there's a lot of happy memories there. There's still a lot of people who work in the organization that I know, on the assistant coaching side, even on the office side, that are friends, definitely there. So, and I think the fans, I've always felt very comfortable that, the fans' reception before the game has always been very good. And very positive. Obviously, when the game starts, I know they're behind the Crew and they're against us, and anything I do then is up for heavy booing. But before the game, they're always very, very good about it, and very respectful of what we were able to achieve in those years in Columbus.
So with another crop of national teams coming up, does DeAndre's name ever get brought up? And I don't know, is that weird having a national team right back that's not playing right back for you?
No, because it's happened in other places. People end up sometimes playing a different position with the national team than they end up playing for their club team. And it's an issue that we've talked about. Jurgen and I have talked about. I know Brad's talked to them about as well. So I think everybody's pretty clear on the situation. DeAndre is a player that is on their radar. I think, but. Again, is 2014 too early, too quick? And that's something we've talked about as well.
You guys have had success, but is it more rewarding to see yourselves climbing the ladder in the standings and get into playoff position now?
Well, it's always more rewarding to see yourself, amongst the top five, and and realizing we still, like I said, we still have games in hand, but you got to get the points out of those games in hand, and that's what's important there. So a lot of the number that I look at sometimes is what we're getting points per game. And if we can keep our points per game average, where that's at, then we'll be okay, and we'll get to where we want to go. But there's still a lot of tough games and tough opponents coming up. We still got Salt Lake at home. We're looking forward to that. Obviously there's Chivas in Chicago before then, but then we still have LA. Still have matches there, a couple matches there, and still have Vancouver and still have Portland. One at home and one away. So. There's a lot of games to still look forward to and get excited about, but we want to continue to get the points, and we want to stay in that grouping now.
I'm Kyle Beckerman.
I'm Landon Donovan.
I'm Dwayne DiRosario.
We love soccer. We train hard, we play hard, and we support with passion.
When it comes to discrimination, we don't cross the line.
No bullying, no racism, no sexism, no homophobia. No excuses, no exceptions.
Don't cross the line. If you're playing, training, supporting, or coaching, don't cross the line.